Hey everyone, it's time to dive into a fascinating topic that's been on my mind lately. Today, we're going to analyze a recent public appearance by Dewayne Hankins, the president of business operations for the Portland Trail Blazers. Now, I want to start by saying that I'm a huge Blazers fan, and I've been following this team for years. So when I saw this work session, I was intrigued, but also a little concerned about what I witnessed. Let's begin with a hook. Imagine you're a fan, and you've supported this team through thick and thin, only to hear claims that seem unsupported and misleading. That's what many fans, including myself, felt during this work session. Dewayne Hankins took the stage, and his remarks left a lot of us scratching our heads. One of the first things he mentioned was the bridge agreement, and how it's been a roadblock in negotiations. He claimed it's been a weapon used against the team, but when you look at the timeline, it's only been a month since this agreement was publicly discussed. That's a pretty bold statement, especially considering the context. What many people don't realize is that this agreement is about maintaining the Moda Center, which is a 30-year-old arena. The city has identified some issues that need addressing, like trip hazards and water damage. Now, I'm no expert, but that sounds like deferred maintenance to me. And yet, Dewayne claimed there's no deferred maintenance. It raises a deeper question: are we seeing a disconnect between the team's perception and the reality on the ground? As the discussion progressed, Dewayne made some interesting claims about the team's investments and the proposed lease terms. He talked about $1 billion investment to keep the arena in shape, but that's over 30 years, and it was made by a different ownership group. It's a bit like saying you've spent a fortune on your car, but it was your granddad who bought it and maintained it all those years ago. It doesn't quite add up. Then, there's the city's draft term sheet, which Dewayne called a PR response. He claimed it adds hundreds of millions in costs, but wasn't this draft term sheet something the team had been waiting for? It's almost like the team is moving the goalposts here. And the bigger question is, why isn't the team sharing more information to support these claims? One thing that immediately stands out is the team's reluctance to provide data. They claim the proposed terms will leave them in the red, but they haven't shown their work. With estimates of team revenue in the hundreds of millions, it's a big claim to make without any evidence. It's like trying to convince someone to invest in your business without showing them any financial statements. As the session continued, there were moments where Dewayne seemed more comfortable, especially when talking about community partnerships. It was almost as if he was speaking from the heart, which is a nice change from the prepared remarks. But then, he returned to the same old talking points when asked a simple question about committing to a binding lease. It's almost as if he's reading from a script, and that's not a good look in a high-stakes negotiation. One of the most frustrating parts for me was when Dewayne claimed Portland's divisive political environment makes it harder to sell tickets. Come on, Dewayne. Portland has consistently had great attendance, even during rebuilding years. It's a city that loves its sports, and to suggest otherwise is just not true. It's almost like the team is trying to shift the blame onto the city, which is not a good look. In my opinion, Dewayne's presentation lacked professionalism and substance. It felt like a series of ultimatums and unsupported claims. As a fan, I want to see more transparency and less posturing. I want to know how the team plans to use the $600 million in public investment. It's a lot of money, and the team owes it to the fans and the city to be clear about their plans. So that's my take on this situation. I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Do you agree with my analysis? Have you noticed any other interesting aspects of this negotiation? Let's keep the conversation going, and maybe we can all learn something new together. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.